I have a ginger cat, and her name is Tommy. I don't know why, but the shelter gave her a boy's name. And when I adopted her, she was almost she was 1.5 years old, and now she almost 5 years old. Actually, at first I didn't decide to adopt a cat or a dog, and 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, I was living in an apartment, and that apartment belongs to Boston University with my roommate. The policy of the condo is like you can have a pet, but only cat, no dogs. So we went to a shelter which our friends introduced us. So we went there and we checked all of the cats, but that day they don't have a lot of cats there. They have like 4 or 5 were available to adopt it. So only this one, only my cat was like over 2 years old, and she was a ginger cat, and she was not jumpy. She was really quiet. She was like just stay there, and a little curious about what is happening, but not really jumpy, not really outgoing. So and the thing is, like the first time we went there, we were like in a hurry, so we didn't spend a lot of time with the cat. So we finished the document, we paid the money, and then we come back like 1 day later. And so I was think like she is just quiet, and yes, she was quiet. And so when we got home, I was really happy. Like I don't really like the cat was jumping around, but she didn't want to spend a lot of time with me, which is not really good, but I think it's okay since she's super cute, and I like to just watch him to do her stuffs, but it's okay. 我今天要去 shelter 看猫，想再领养一只小公猫，所以想先去看看。然后正好我2个朋友也想一块去看，然后就一块去看看。Hello. We don't find a shelter. We find cat. So we search online to see. So there's like a website, and they have a lot of cats picture, and they have a lot of information about the cat. So you can see the age, female or male, like its habit, its a lot of things about the cat, and then you will see like which shelter has this cat, and then you can you can go to the shelter's page and to see the location, the open hours, and then you go to the shelter and then you find the cat. So we find the cat first, and then we find the shelter. Just like you find the cat, the picture on the online first, and then you go to the shelter. You will know more details about the cat. You will see the cat because online they maybe only have one picture or like just 2 pictures. So you didn't know the real size of the cat. So you go to the shelter, you see like how big is it, and you will know more about the cat, and you will see like their personality. You can ask the staff to get you like a space or a little room. You can play with the cat for like 10 or 20 minutes or longer, so you will know each other. And then when you decide to adopt it, you have to finish some like document. You have to pay. The different cat pay different money, depends on their age. So you pay, and I think most of the time you can get the cat go home like immediately after you finish all of the paperwork. But some of them, they will like ask you to come later, because if they don't finish something like injection or some other thing with the cat, so they will ask you to come back later, maybe 2 days later or like 1 day later.
That should be fine. So I'll put you down for 5. Okay. Right. So we will see you then. You don't have to pay anything right now. We'll have you do the fee tomorrow. Congratulations.
领了一只猫，哎呦，我是不是要给你看一下我们拍的照片的？这样的一只猫，特别的可爱， 跟我们家现有的猫的花色差别非常的分明，特别可爱的一只猫。然后我们现在要去给它购物，因为家里的都是前一只猫的东西，我们要去给它买东西。然后我们现在就在去买东西的路上，我们明天这个时候就把它领回家了。
I think I had two serious troubles after I adopt her. So the first one was like we were like moving to a new apartment, so we keep her at my boyfriend's house for like 2 months. But my boyfriend's house was really close to the sea, to the ocean, so it's really wet there. And after like 2 weeks, I noticed there is a little spot on her leg was like turned to be hairless. I don't know why, but it's turned to be hairless. There's no red and there's no itchy, just something wrong with the skin. Because we don't know why, and for some reason we couldn't get her like the doctor or something like that. So we couldn't send her to the vet. So we have to try something by ourselves. So I was really sad. I was really like I was so worried about her during that time, but after we get her back to the Boston City, so she's getting better and she's okay right now.
我现在要去派特死马特，我要去买猫砂和猫粮。我可能2-3周去一次吧。撞着头啦！
And the second one is after I adopt her like one year later. So I was trying to change her food because the last food was continued from the type of food from the shelter. So the shelter recommended the dry food. So we were trying to transfer to the shelter's cat food to a new one. But I think she doesn't like the new one, or like her stomach doesn't like the new one. So she threw it out a lot. Literally after every time she had the food, she threw it out like every time. So she lost. She was like 8 or 9, 10 pounds, I guess. So during that time, she lost 2 pounds. So that's a lot of weight. So we went to the shelter again to ask them, and then we changed the food we had a process to transfer the cat food. That's a really long process, transfer cat food, and she's really okay right now.
依然没有找到啊，这个是之前吃吐了的牌子。5 years old. We have been together for more than 2 years.
Awesome. What's her name? What's her name?
Tommy.
Tommy. It's a boy?
No, it's a
A girl.
I don't know
Okay.
why, but they gave her a boy.
A boy name.
For international students, the adopting process it's no different. But for myself, I'd like to spend my holiday or like the breaks to travel around. So sometimes I go to another place for like 3 days a week, the weekend. But sometimes I spend like more than a week. So if I leave home for 2 or 3 days, I don't use any special like equipment for the cats because they totally okay. But if I like leave longer, we need to change their to change the automatically like watering system, and we have a really big like the cat litter stuff. It's like auto scooping, so they will like clean the litter for keep the litter clean for more than a week. So if we go traveling, so we can make sure our cat can take care of themselves. But also in Boston, there are some shelters they offer. They can offer the service to take care of your cat or the pet for short term, like half months or several weeks. And if you if you move to another city, some shelter also, if like we have the shelter in this city, also we have the shelter in maybe San Francisco. So if you want to move to another city, they offer the transfer, and they have some like companies, they do this service to transfer the pets from one city to another city.
扒掉了！呀，你要干嘛呀？人家帮你，这是帮你清垃圾。哎呀
When I adopted my cat, I was single, so I think Tommy, she's more like a friend to me, but not a pet to me, because she was like she sleeps with me. I can feel like she knows when I was sad, when I was upset. I don't think she really knows I was happy or not, but when I was upset, she can feel like the negative of my emotion, I guess. So she showed more closer to me. She will stay with me, and she will show herself to sad. And I was so surprised, like recently my roommate, she was trying to feed my cat, but my cat refused to eat. And then I feed her the same food and she starts to eat. So I realized, oh my god, my cat knows I'm her owner. I was pretty surprised, and I was pretty touched. And we have been together for 3 years, and we must be together for more than 3 years in the future. So honestly, I'm really happy to be together with her, and it's my honor to be her owner. And she's pretty smart, and I want she will be healthy and happy in her whole life in the future, no matter what happened